The first day of this year's track and field championships in Seattle, Washington have come to a close, and it was a tough day for a lot of these athletes. Windy, rainy, chilly, but the athletes persevered through multiple rounds of qualifications, but we also had some championship racing, and first and foremost to a very difficult steeplechase as always.
Well, the event itself is difficult, Paul, but you couldn't have asked for better conditions, actually, for these runners. And it was, if you think Colorado owns this event, it's because they do own the event. And that is Erin Clark, this year's version of the Buffalo runner. 9:48.72. She led wire to wire, defended her title, and broke the Pac-12 meet record set in 2009 by Mel Lawrence. So Clark showing a great performance leading from start to finish.
And a really interesting story, Tom, as we move over to the men. Aaron Nelson, a name very familiar a couple of years ago, sat out last year because of injury and had to redshirt, came right back and got the title again.
Yes, he did. Aaron Nelson runs 8:39.58. That's a really good national class time. He came from behind. Connor Winter there of Colorado in second had set the pace for much of the race, and then Nelson came from behind for his fans.
Mentioned several rounds, and Jordan right to the 100 meters in Oregon, taking center stage.
Hannah Cunliffe blazes to an 11:08. She'll be joined by three other Oregon Ducks in that final. Surprisingly, no Jasmine Todd in the women's 100-meter dash after she did so well last year. And the 110 hurdles, Devin Allen, a name everyone's familiar with, 13:32 in these conditions. That's a meet record and the fastest time in the NCAA this year. We'll also see him in the Open 100, the Open 200, and on Oregon's 4x100 meter relay tomorrow as well.
Is that all he's going to do?
He'll be joined by some other busy athletes. Adoree Jackson for USC in the long jump today. Tough conditions to jump in, but he pops off a 7.71 meter jump. That's 25.3.5 for us Americans here. He also went 10:48 in the 100. You'll see him in the finals of that event and the relay as well.
Tom, moving over to the finals of a field event, a big opportunity for Jack Thors, but the conditions really made it impossible for him to really extend this to a height that would really be a big moment for him.
He's 6 feet 6 inches, and he becomes now a three-time Pac-12 champion. This young man from Scotland, clearing 17.8.5, and now he looks to try to make the Great Britain Olympic team.
And he's got to go higher for that. And then at the end of day one, the distance athletes came out, and once again, it was the University of Washington doing very well on their home track.
A great race between Katie Knight and Molly Grable, and Katie Knight broke the meet record in 33:20.02, an 8-second improvement. And there's Edward Cheserek. We had some doubts about his condition early on. Those doubts have been put to bed. He ran a brilliant race, including a couple of 64-second laps to win the 10,000 meters easily in 28:58.57.
Now, to summarize day one, there certainly were a number of highlights, headlined by Devin Allen in the 110-meter hurdles. As mentioned, the fastest time in the country so far on the year, Erin Clark. In the steeple, Katie Knight as well at the distance in 10,000 meters, along with Thors and Jasmine Todd on the good and the bad, quite frankly, which doesn't happen very often for the University of Oregon. And after 7 of 21 events on the women's side, it is the Ducks on top of UCLA, Colorado, and USC. The Oregon women have won 7 straight titles, and the Oregon Ducks on the men's side who've won 9 straight, but after 8 of 21 events, it's the homestanding Huskies who had an outstanding day, but many, many more events to come and star performances. We'll see Adoree Jackson all over the track again tomorrow here at the Pac-12 Championships.